Welcome, everybody, to our AI in Business webinar, which we will touch upon opportunities for Simon grads. And I am very, very happy to have a number of folks on this call, everyone from prospective students to folks that are admitted to the program and have accepted the offer of admission here. So we have a really nice wide range of folks on the call today and really appreciate you all joining us today. My name is Mike Droll, and I'm Assistant Director of Admissions. I'm here with a couple of colleagues who I will let introduce themselves, and they're going to really play a really great role presenting some conversations and topics about AI in business today. So I would love to turn it over first to Sankeet, who's going to introduce himself from our Career Center.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mike. Hello, everyone. It's wonderful being here. My name is Sanket Gomase, and I serve as an assistant director and a career advisor for the MS AI in Business program. Fun fact, I'm also a Simon alum. So thank you so much. It's always wonderful speaking with prospective students, admitted students, and as well as Simon students. Thank you, Mike, for having me here, and it's a pleasure being here with you today.
Thank you so much, Sankeet. And I'm also joined by Carly, who is a current student here in our MSAIB program. So, Carly, I would love for you to introduce yourself.
My name's Carly Zolo. I'm a current master's student in AI and business at the Simon Business School, and I'm super excited to be here today to talk to all of you.
Thank you so much for joining us, Carly. We will start with Sankeet here, who's going to really talk about how AI is changing a lot of important roles in the business world and some additional information after that about what roles he's seeing in the AI space and in the business practice. And so I would love to turn it over to Sankeet to begin our conversation.
Thank you so much, Mike. So we all keep on hearing a lot about how AI is revolutionizing the industry and the functions and the career opportunities in today's world. But I really wanted to focus on three things today. Firstly, how it's changing some of the use cases in the industry. Secondly, what it means for someone who is trying to enter into the world of AI and how it's changing the skill sets for someone who's trying to enter as an analyst. And finally, how it's creating new opportunities, especially in terms of careers. So, firstly, let me talk about what's happening in the industry. And I'll start with how AI is automating and enhancing decision making. So, AI is reshaping decision making by enabling businesses, governments, and individuals to analyze massive amounts of data with speed and accuracy. Traditionally, business decision making really relied on historical data, intuition, and manual analysis. But now AI provides real-time insights by continuously processing both structured and unstructured data, such as text, words, numbers, images, videos, and it's helping organizations make smarter decisions faster. And one example I have is from AI in fraud detection in the world of finance. AI in financial services analyzes millions of transactions per second and then it detects fraudulent activities even before they occur. So, for example, Visa and MasterCard's AI fraud detection systems, they are able to now recognize suspicious transactions in real time, such as unusual overseas purchases, and they flag it even before that fraud can happen. So the outcome for that and what it means for businesses is that it is helping them prevent financial losses and also enhancing security without causing any false alarms. Well, apart from automating decisions, AI is really also helping in personalizing customer experiences for some of these businesses. So it's changing the way that businesses interact with customers today by delivering highly personalized experiences. There now exist AI-powered recommendations engines that can analyze user preferences, their browsing behavior, their purchase history to suggest relevant content, products, and services, and in turn, it's helping in increasing customer engagement and satisfaction. And one example I have is from retail and fashion, where Sephora's virtual artist AI tool, it scans customer photos and it recommends makeup shades that best match customers' skin tone. And this is sort of helping this company enhance consumer engagement and reducing the rate of return for the products that they're trying to sell. So, what AI is doing here is reshaping customer interactions and delivering personalized experiences, but also helping drive higher sales and higher consumer retention rates. But it doesn't really just stop at personalizing the customer experiences. It's also changing how marketing as a function has fundamentally been operating. So, AI is changing marketing by enabling brands to understand customer behavior, predict any trends, and optimize the marketing campaign. And one of the example I have, and it's from the world of customer segmentation, and it's from one of my favorite products too, Spotify. So Spotify uses AI to categorize users based on their music preferences and then suggests curated playlists and helps improve the user experiences. So Spotify's AI-driven personalization has helped it boost engagement, but also help with customer retention. And we spoke about automation, customer experience, and marketing, but it just doesn't stop there. Even in the world of finance, AI is transforming the financial services. We talked about fraud detection, but there also exist tools that help companies automate investment strategies and help improve customer experiences, provide real-time risk assessment on finance, predictive analytics, and create AI-driven chatbots that enhance banking transactions and interactions. And one such example I have is from Bank of America's AI chatbot, Erica, that helps customers track expenses, pay their bills on time, and detect fraud using AI insights. So AI now is making financial transactions more secure, more efficient, and more customer friendly. So we spoke about how AI is changing some of these industries, but it just doesn't stop at these four examples, right? There are hundreds and thousands of use cases on how AI is being used today. But what I want to say about this is that it's not just a passing trend. AI is here and it's here to stay. It's going to become a fundamental force and it's gonna shape the future of industries worldwide. And as the technology in artificial intelligence advances, it will continue to integrate deeper and deeper into our business operations, education, finance, and even our daily lives. So I spoke a lot about how AI is sort of changing things in the industry, but we have Carly with us today, who is currently an MSAIB student, and she has had first-hand experience with the program. So I want to ask Carly, what made you select the MSAIB program?
Made my decision to start the MS and AI program pretty last minute compared to most people. It was a very new program, and I switched over, I want to say almost a month before, right around there, from just a business analytics track. Uh, Pretty much all of these reasons summarize why I made that decision. AI is used in pretty much every company, or at least they want to. It streamlines processes, it saves people time, and all in all, it will save company money and help them to grow more money. And as I've been interviewing and connecting with older people and just people that have been working in corporate environments for long periods of times, everyone has been saying the same thing, which is how important AI is and how great it is to have on a resume. I think it really makes you stand out. I think it's, again, here to stay forever, and it's just going to be utilized and changed in each company and each role. And having a really good grasp on AI is essential to pretty much every employee in the corporate world today, and it will only continue to become more and more important. So that's why I chose AI.
You, Carly. That was really insightful. So moving on, uh, Mike, if we could go to the next slide. Thank you. We spoke about how AI is changing industries, but it is also essentially changing the function of an entry-level analyst. So it is changing what was expected out of analysts before. And there are four key things I want to talk about in that regard. So firstly, it's automating repetitive tasks. It is changing the required skill set that was needed from analysts. What it's also doing, it's lowering barriers for entry into the field, but also increasing expectations. And then finally, it is creating the need for more and more collaboration across different fields. So I'm going to start with the automation part first and how AI is helping analysts in that regard. So I spoke to a professional working in a retail company's marketing team where they used to spend more than 50 to 20 hours per week consolidating sales data from different regions and manually preparing performance reports in Excel. But with AI driven tools now like Power BI, Tableau AI, Looker, they are now able to automatically pull data from various sources and generate real time dashboards with insights on sales trends, top performing products, and customer behavior. So the outcome of that exercise is that instead of spending hours and hours compiling data, analysts now have the opportunity to focus on interpreting those insights or identifying revenue opportunities and then making strategic recommendations to sort of help drive business growth. Now, AI eliminates time consuming manual work and it allows analysts to shift from data processing to strategic analysis and decision making. So, that is something that is helping the analyst. But in the same time, it's also changing the required skill sets that is needed of these people. And I have two examples regarding that. The first one is from the field of marketing analytics. So initially, a digital marketing analyst traditionally conducted manual A/B testing to determine which ad variations performed best across platforms like Facebook, Google, or LinkedIn. But this required constant monitoring and constant adjustments. But now, with AI powered platforms like Google Performance Max or Meta Advantage Plus or even Adobe Sensei AI, they can automatically test ad creatives, automatically target audiences, and optimize their budgets based on real time user behavior. So, what it means is that it's now creating a need for new skills for these analysts, specifically around understanding how AI driven customer segmentation works, how AI enabled ad optimization and automation works, and then how to interpret AI driven campaign performance metrics and help the company get more and more ROI on their ad campaigns. Now, another example I have is from supply chain and operations. So, supply chain analysts traditionally used to manually forecast demand and then manage inventory levels using Excel based historical data analysis. And sometimes it would lead to either overstocking or stockouts. Now, with the shift in AI, with logistic tools like Amazon's AI supply chain model and IBM's Watson supply chain model, they are now able to analyze real-time demand fluctuation, monitor weather conditions, and supply reliability to optimize those inventory levels dynamically. And what again it means is that there are new skills being needed in these roles. So, for example, using AI powered demand forecasting tool or working with machine learning, data driven supply chain models, or interpreting real time logistics insights to optimize efficiency and reduce costs in some of these products. So the key takeaway from this is that analysts must move beyond traditional tools and develop skills in AI-driven automation, AI-driven predictive analytics, and strategic decision making. And only then can they stay competitive in these evolving roles. Moving on, there's two more fields or two more key trends that is happening in the world of AI as it comes to the changing requirements. And the first one is about how AI is lowering barriers but also increasing expectations from analysts. Now, if you're someone who doesn't really like to traditionally code a lot or do a lot of programming, here's the good news for you. Uh, Initially, analysts needed advanced SQL or advanced Python skills to extract and analyze data. And while in few roles, they still need it, but many organizations are now shifting towards AI powered either no code or low code platforms like Google AutoML, and which is allowing non technical employees as well to generate reports, detect trends, and visualize data without any programming expertise. So while AI lowers the barrier to entry, analysts are still expected to first validate those AI generate insight. They're expected to refine those models, and they're also expected to ensure that the business decisions are backed by accurate data. And now that brings me to my final point about the increasing collaboration that is happening just because of how AI is changing some of these roles. And this example is a mix of marketing and supply chain. So, marketing analysts and supply chain teams traditionally used to work in silos and used to work separately. And sometimes what would happen is it would lead to misalignment in the marketing promotions and inventory planning. But now, with AI powered demand forecasting tools, they can predict consumer demand spikes, optimize their inventory levels, and then align their supply chain logistics with their marketing campaign. So now what it means for someone entering into this field is that analysts should now work closely with multiple teams to ensure that AI-driven insights are used effectively across many different business functions. So now it's enabling cross-functional collaborations and it's wanting analysts to effectively communicate these insights to marketing, finance, operations, and many other departments. So, we spoke about how the industry is changing. We spoke about how the requirements for some of these roles are changing. Um, what I want to say is that the AI shift is here. It's definitely here to stay, and it's gonna fundamentally change some of the roles that are being created in this industry. But Carly has been here for a while and she recently secured an internship. So, congratulations, Carly. But I want to ask you, what have been the most beneficial part of the program in preparing you for your future career?
Yeah, absolutely. I would say the most beneficial part of this program is just the technical skills that you learn along the way. Personally, I came from a background of finance and mathematics and marketing, so I pretty much had no experience with AI, computer programming, any of the technical behaviors. This program has completely shifted my mindset and has taught me so much, and I genuinely don't know where I would be today without it. I feel like I've learned so much. I learn something new every day, which is something that I don't think a lot of other programs can say. In addition to that, outside of classes, there are so many opportunities to connect with people. Your classmates are also possibly future colleagues, and they're people that you can really lean on. They're all really advanced and successful in their past careers too. So someone like me coming right out of college, learning about all of their past jobs and any information you can get from them is really useful. And this program also really focuses on collaboration and communication with teammates, and that's something that most people are always going to have experience in when it comes to job interviews. They really look for that collaboration aspect, and that's something that this program really focuses on, as well as communicating with each other and also communicating data-driven insights and data in general to a public audience that may not know much about it, and how to speak about AI to people that are a little weary of it. It is new or don't believe that it works as well, and kind of showing them how important it is to take notice of this shift in AI.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing, Carly. All right. So AI is changing industries, it's changing requirements for the roles that are traditionally been existing in these industries. But what it's also doing is it's creating new roles and new opportunities, right from business analytics and product analytics to strategy and marketing and consumer insights. There are many different new roles being created. And I feel like someone who has a good grasp of the concepts of AI is able to effectively position themselves well in the market will have a competitive advantage over many different other candidates in the market who are looking for entering into the world of AI and into some of these similar roles. So definitely new opportunities await. And now I'm going to pass it on to Mike to talk a little bit more about how this program can position you for a successful career in AI.
Well, first and foremost, I want to thank both Carly and Sanket for providing their insights and really did cover a lot of points that I'm going to just briefly touch upon for folks who either have not seen some of these pieces on our website or attended a previous webinar on our AI and business program, but really want to drive home some of these points that both Sanket and Carly have mentioned. As you can see on the screen here, there's going to be a really nice blend of both personal, professional, and technical skills that you'll gain out of this program. And I know they've gone pretty much in depth about this, but do want to emphasize this is a STEM designated program, really indicating the rigor of the program, of the academics in this space, so that future employers really recognize that you are prepared for the next step in your career journey. That heavy emphasis on data visualization, machine learning, those programming languages like R, Python, and SQL, combined with the AI technical skills that you're going to get in this program, really allows you to be able to communicate effectively, these data-driven results and the techniques that you use to end up at your decision, being able to communicate those with business partners, give you strategic thinking skills, leadership skills, making you a really powerful analyst, but also on that cutting edge, as both Carly and Sankeet mentioned. As this is going to be a continuing trend in the business world. So really be able to bridge that gap between old practices and new practices and be able to convince skeptics that this is a good avenue to present reason and data, to those business partners. I'm going to also very quickly touch upon our internship and non-internship track as it relates to our program grids. So as really both of our presenters today indicated, you're going to get a good dose of AI skills with a blend of, data analytics throughout our curriculum. First, bringing up here our non-internship track grid. So the courses that you see here, this is a lockstep program. So for the most part, a number of these courses are going to be offered in the semesters that they are indicated in here. We, again, very rigorous program and a fast-paced program. So we have mini semesters, fall A, fall B, spring A, spring B. And in the non-internship track, where you would complete the program in 9 months, starting in the fall, completing in May, you can see you're going to get that nice blend of both professional communication, which runs throughout the whole fall, as well as those technical pieces, moving some AI courses specific to this program into the fall sessions, so that you can really use those methodologies early and apply them to different scenarios. You see specifically courses like analytics design, where you're going to be able to utilize this data and present it in a consulting approach. You see you have a couple of elective choices as well, both one in the fall B course, where you get to, again, start kind of conceptualizing where you're going to see yourself grow in certain competencies outside of just the standard program approach. And then in the spring, it widens up a little bit more in terms of the elective opportunities that you can pursue. That was our non-internship track. Our internship track extends your time in the program from 9 months to 16 months. So instead of completing your program in May, you would finish up in December of 2026. The big difference here, aside from completing an internship in the summer of 2026, is moving that capstone project, which I'll talk about and touch upon in just a moment, but you move that to the fall of 2026. And in the springtime, instead of focusing a lot more on that capstone project, you are more involved in the career search and the internship space. Gives you a little bit more flexibility and time to focus on that search. So definitely encourage folks, if you feel like a little bit more experience is going to help you out from an internship perspective, to consider the internship track here. And as I mentioned, you finish in December of 2026 by completing your capstone project. So your capstone project is a 14-week course where you really are engaged with a real-world client in the AI space, and they have a specific business problem related to AI that they want you and your team to solve. It's really a great opportunity to tie everything together that you've learned throughout your time at Simon. And again, at the end of the course, you would present your findings to that client and celebrate the completion of your program. This can be done remotely as well, as we understand a lot of folks are going to receive a return offer perhaps from their internship, or move on to the next step in their career through that fall period. So you don't necessarily have to be in Rochester to complete your program in this capstone project. You'll do most of the work remotely. We just would have you return on the final day to present your findings and again, finish up your course in style. I also want to bring up something brand new to our programs as of this past year, but we allow folks to, again, kind of with the use of those electives, specialize your degree a bit with these advanced certificates of achievement. So with those pre-identified elective courses, the sequence that you take them in not only fulfills the requirement for the degree, but also the certificate, and really allows you to kind of leverage some additional skills and showcase those areas of expertise when you are, distinguishing yourself from other candidates in a career search and in an interview stage. And so we have two specific specializations here in the AI program, an analytics or systems and data architectures advanced certificate of achievement. So by taking 3 classes in that sequence of electives, depending which 3 you take, you could specialize your degree a little bit more, focusing on AI or those data architectures through either your prescriptive analytics or causal analytics and machine learning. That gets you that analytics track, or big data, social media, and text analytics, and data management and warehouse visualization gets you that system and data architectures certificate of achievement. Final things from me is our application deadlines that I want to point out. We're in the final couple of rounds, so if you have not applied yet, I certainly encourage you to submit an application soon. Our upcoming deadline is at the end of this month on March 31st, where you would receive a decision no later than May 15th, and our final application deadline being May 1st, where you would receive a decision no later than June 15th. The program itself starts August 11th with orientation, so definitely make considerations in terms of your application and deadline as it appears on the screen, so that you make the proper onboarding steps, whether that be if you're an international student and you have to go through the visa process, or just generally speaking, securing housing in Rochester, doing onboarding modules through our career center. And also, if every school that you may be applying to has different deadlines, so keep that into consideration as well. If you are applying to multiple schools, you may receive decisions at different times. So definitely keep that in mind as you're submitting your application. And of course, if you're listening to this webinar live and you haven't submitted an application fee waiver will be applied to your account within a day or two. And so at the end of your application, you would bypass a payment screen. Just use the email specifically that you've signed up with this webinar for to receive that application fee waiver. If you have any additional questions, I'd point you to our website. Connecting with us as admissions counselors, myself specifically being your AI and business admissions representative, I'm happy to schedule some time to meet, talk via email, whatever works best for you. You can find my information on our webpage to schedule some time or reach out, or just reach out to our general admissions email address. They'll point you in the right direction. You can speak with current students. We have a webinar archive, blogs, podcasts that might give you additional information as well as you are working through the application or trying to explore more options here at Simon. So definitely encourage you to continue that conversation, connect with us, and let us know how we can support you. But I really appreciate everybody sticking with us and being on the webinar today. I'd like to thank you all for attending, but also want to give special thanks to Sanket and Carly for really hosting and providing a lot of really great information. Hopefully it clarifies a lot of points about this new emerging trend in AI and in the business space. So thank you so much to both of you for being our guests today on the webinar.
Thank you for having us here, Mike.
Yeah, thank you, and good luck, everybody.
Thank you so much. Everyone have a wonderful rest of your day ahead, and appreciate you being on the call. Thank you so much.